Over the years, there have been some guys that have definitely been carried by their quarterback and less so by their actual coaching skills.
We're going to turn in the cards, make you the #1 pick, and make you a Cincinnati Bengal.
Appreciate that, Coach. Ready to go.
Some coaches were exposed as, well, human without the luxury of a specific star signal caller. Here are 10 NFL coaches who would have been nothing without that one star quarterback at their disposal. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. During their 20 years together, there was a hot debate as to whether it was Brady or Belichick who mattered more to New England's dynasty. And yeah, we kind of got our answer pretty quickly there. Consider this, the Patriots never had a losing season with Brady after he took over as their starting QB in 2001. They had double-digit wins every year from 2003 to 2019, only losing the AFC East Division title in 2008, the year Brady tore his ACL minutes into the season opener. So how has Belichick fared since Brady's departure in 2020? 7-9 in 2020, 10-7 in 2021, concluding with a blowout loss against the Buffalo Bills in the wild card round, and 8-9 in 2022. Yikes. The 2023 Patriots may go down as the worst team of the Belichick era. He suffered his 2 worst losses as a head coach in back-to-back weeks, against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 4, and then at home against the New Orleans Saints in Week 5. Oh, and Brady went 32-18-0 as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting QB. He led them to a Super Bowl 55 championship in his first year there, following it up with back-to-back NFC South Division titles. We all know how much Belichick loves Lawrence Taylor and Ed Reed, but he can mostly thank Brady for his success in Foxborough. Belichick wouldn't have come close to 9 AFC titles and 6 Super Bowl championships if it weren't for TB12. Pure and simple. Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. When McCarthy took over as the Green Bay Packers head coach, he had the fortune of working with a future Hall of Famer and former 3-time MVP in Brett Favre for 2 years. Then after Favre moved on to the New York Jets in 2008, McCarthy got to transition towards the Aaron Rodgers era. What a luxury that was for McCarthy, because Rodgers made him the Super Bowl winning head coach that we all know today. Consider that Rodgers won 4 league MVP awards with 3 different offensive coordinators and 2 head coaches. Consider that McCarthy was 0-1 without Rodgers in 2010, 2-4-1 without him in 2013, and 3-6 without him in 2017. When Rodgers wasn't on the field, McCarthy just couldn't adapt and win without him. And has McCarthy really been that great with the Dallas Cowboys? Nah. Oh, and remember how much the Cowboys sucked after Prescott's season-ending injury in Week 5 of the 2020 season? Oof. Look, the moral of the story, teams win in spite of Mike McCarthy, not because of him. Sean Payton, Drew Brees. Sean Payton was a successful coach who needed Drew Brees. Drew Brees was a Hall of Fame quarterback who played his best football under Payton. Look, they both needed each other to take the New Orleans Saints to new heights for 15 years together. All of those can be true together. But you know what else is true? Payton himself would not be a future Hall of Famer without Brees. The 2 Saints legends led the team to 9 playoff appearances, 3 NFC championship games, and of course, a Super Bowl 42 title. But in his lone season without Brees as the Saints head coach in 2021, well, Payton's Saints went from 4 straight years of double-digit wins to a mere 9-win season. Then, after a year off of coaching, he took on the Denver Broncos head coaching gig and got himself stuck in mediocrity with Russell Wilson. This isn't to say that Payton has been a horrible head coach without Brees as his QB, but it hasn't been anything special either. He's just been a mediocre coach with no shot at the Hall of Fame if he didn't have Brees for 15 years. Marv Levy, Jim Kelly. You kids won't know this, but long before Levy became head coach of the Buffalo Bills, he held the same position for the Kansas City Chiefs. Levy coached KC from 1978 to 82, failing to make the postseason once as he compiled a 31-42-0 record. Levy took over as the Bills head coach in the midst of the 1986 season following the firing of Hank Baloff. And the rest, as they say, is history. Future Hall of Famer and QB Jim Kelly had joined the Bills in 1986 as well, and these two quickly brought new fire to a long struggling organization. The team reached 4 straight Super Bowls from 1990 to 93, though they sadly lost every single one of them. Kelly retired after the 1996 season. Levy coached the Bills for 1 more year in 1997, garnering a disappointing 6-10 record. Without Kelly, Levy would have just been an average Joe at best. Ron Rivera, Cam Newton. During their 9 seasons together, Riverboat Ron and Super Cam led the Carolina Panthers to their greatest run in franchise history. The duo led Carolina to 3 NFC South Division titles, 1 wildcard berth, and of course, a magical 15-win season in 2015. That year, Newton won league MVP honors as the Panthers reached their 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history, falling to the Denver Broncos in Peyton Manning's final game. But Rivera's career record without Newton is miserable, to say the very least. Carolina went 7-9 in 2018 with a clearly injured and nothing close to 100% Newton. Rivera got another head coaching gig with the Washington Commanders in 2020. They went 7-9 in his first year, though that was somehow enough to win the NFC East crown. But after that, he went 7-10 in 2021 and 8-1 in 2022. It's almost as if Newton made Rivera. Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers. Hey, congrats to Mr. Rodgers on making not 1, but 2 head coaches look better than they actually were. The Packers mercilessly fired Mike McCarthy in the midst of a dismal 2018 season, and Matt LaFleur was hired as the Cheeseheads' new boss in 2019. Together, LaFleur and Rodgers led the Packers to 3 straight 13-win seasons from 2019 to 2022. The Packers played in 2 NFC Championship games, albeit both losses, and A-Rod claimed back-to-back MVP awards in 2020 and 2021. But the Packers failed to adapt their offense following Devontae Adams' departure in 2022, and the team paid the price with a 8-9 finish. Rodgers was traded to the New York Jets in 2023, while LaFleur and the Packers brass got their wish of finally being able to move forward with Jordan Love. But, well, the early returns of the Love era are not exactly promising. LaFleur had how long to develop Love and get him ready for the big stage? The Packers have been nothing but a mess since Rodgers' departure, and it's clear that LaFleur is not the so-called offensive genius that many made him out to be. Jeff Fisher, Steve McNair. The only reason Fisher finished with 22 years as an NFL head coach is because of quarterback Steve McNair. The Titans thought Fisher would recreate the magic with another QB, but to no avail. The Rams thought he'd make it work with Sam Bradford and Jared Goff. Nope. Yep, failure both times. Fisher's Titans went to Super Bowl 34, a tight loss to the Rams because of McNair's elite dual threat abilities. Without McNair, the Titans don't make the playoffs in 1999, 2002, or 2003. And believe us, if not for McNair, the Rams would have never even looked at Fisher as a head coach. Zac Taylor, Joe Burrow. Taylor was the Los Angeles Rams quarterback coach under Sean McVay in the 2018 season. That year, Jared Goff led the Rams to a Super Bowl 53 appearance, where they fell just short to Tom Brady's dynastic Patriots. The Cincinnati Bengals were pleased with Taylor's work as the Rams QB coach and hired him as their new head coach. His task was to try and revive Andy Dalton's career, but that didn't really work out. Thanks to Dalton's awful play, the Bengals won the first overall pick and used it on LSU QB Joe Burrow. Burrow endured his fair share of rookie struggles before unfortunately suffering a season-ending knee injury. The Bengals went 2-4 without Burrow that year, but Cincinnati remained patient with Taylor and brought him back for a 3rd year. Sure enough, Burrow broke out following the arrival of old LSU teammate Jamar Chase in 2021, leading Cincy to consecutive AFC North Division crowns, back-to-back AFC Championship games, and a trip to Super Bowl 56, which was a very tight loss to the Los Angeles Rams. But is Taylor really on the level of Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay? A young, innovative offensive genius who can win with multiple QBs? No, of course not. Taylor was a product of the McVay coaching tree. As long as the Bengals win, Taylor's job is safe. But let's be real here. Burrow is the main reason why Taylor has been the Bengals head coach for this long. Dan Reeves, John Elway. Together, Reeves and John Elway turned the Denver Broncos into an AFC juggernaut in the 80s. They led the team to 3 Super Bowl appearances, but the Broncos were soundly defeated in all of them. Tension between Reeves and Elway finally boiled over, leading to Reeves getting fired in 1992. After 2 years with Wade Phillips, the Broncos hired Mike Shanahan for their head coaching position in 1995. Shanahan and Elway led the Broncos to back-to-back Super Bowls in the 1997 and 98 seasons. As for Reeves, well, he didn't have so much success after splitting from Elway in Denver. Reeves then took over as the new head coach of the Giants. He went just 31-33 in his 4 years there before taking over as the new Atlanta Falcons head coach. Though Reeves led Atlanta to a stunning 14-win season and Super Bowl 33 appearance, a loss to Elway's Broncos no less, the rest of his tenure at Atlanta was mostly uneventful. He went 49-59-1 in 7 years as Atlanta's head coach. So, yeah, the numbers don't lie, people. Elway was mostly responsible for Reeves' success as an NFL head coach. Tom Coughlin, Eli Manning. Our guess is that Coughlin will be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day, and it'll be thanks to the unimaginable clutch play of Eli Manning. Though Coughlin deserves credit for turning a brand new Jaguars franchise into a juggernaut in the 90s, he also went just 4-4 in the postseason as their coach. His tenure in Jacksonville ended with 3 straight losing seasons, and he was let go after the 2002 season. Coughlin became the Giants' new head coach in 2004, Eli's rookie year no less. Coughlin lasted 12 years there and finished with 102 wins, an 8-3 playoff record, and, of course, Super Bowl 42 and 46 championships. Look, just saying, Coughlin wouldn't have won those 2 rings if Manning didn't become Tom Brady and Joe Montana-esque during the Giants' 2007 and 2011 championship runs. Take away the 2 championships, and Coughlin wouldn't be the Giants icon that he's admired as today. Not 1, but 2 hot runs from Eli's underdog Giants that made Coughlin a 2-time champ. Mr. Coughlin, you owe your legendary status to none other than Eli. But what other NFL coaches would have been nothing without a star quarterback? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.